Hey up everyone, I'm back again. So just wanted to post up a quick little comparison video here between the LG G3 running its official Lollipop software and the Note 4 which I've just put on the official Lollipop software. And props to LG for being quite quick on getting their device running the latest software, and I am anticipating that it may be a little bit more kind of stable compared to the Note 4. But in this video we can just have a look at the differences in terms of these skins and what they bring to the table, and also I've done a little performance test which you can skip to using the description box if you're any interested in that. But first things first, on the home screens I have noticed that you can get more icons on the LG G3, which as you can see you can get 5 going across as opposed to 4, which if you try to put a different one on you're not allowed basically. So you do get some more icons there. You also obviously get your Nexus 6 inspired buttons, on-screen buttons, which are very stock like, and this back button does creep into a few of the apps as well, such as the camera, as you can see. So going with the very Lollipop theme there. Physical buttons on the Note 4, so you're not going to get that on here, but I'm sure there's probably a way of getting on-screen buttons either through like a custom ROM or something if you want that kind of thing. But if we scroll down the notification shades, you can ignore this message. I've just taken out the SIM so I don't get any interruptions. But basically you can see here we've got similar type of but quick access to your settings on both of them. The LG G3 seems to give you like a ring or sound kind of loudness button, whereas the Note 4 doesn't give you that, probably because the buttons are on the back on the LG, so it makes it quite laborious to get to them when it's rested on a surface. We also get the nice multi-user support here, which you don't get, as far as I'm aware, with this ROM. Maybe it'll be pushed out on a subsequent update, but for now you are going to have to deal with just one user on there. And props to LG for integrating that. Other differences in terms of that, you can see that you get your S Finder and Quick Connect on here, so very useful, the S Finder, for searching the whole device and getting a file that you may be missing, as well as your Quick Connect, which I've never really used, to be honest. I'm assuming it helps you connect to something. It looks like it's aiding you connecting to like your PC and your TV, but those are the main differences in regards to that particular area. In terms of the settings, we can have a look in there as well. So both of them obviously have quite a lot of settings. They're quite heavy skins, these are, and as you can see I have actually changed the kind of format on the LG G3, so that sorry, I've not, on the Note 4 should I say, I've changed it so it looks a bit more like the LG G3. It does automatically come like in its list view, which you could prefer looking at it that way, but I do I think nowadays prefer looking at it with the tab view, because it's a bit more familiar to me, and you can see you can quickly get access to the area which you need, which is quite cool. And both of them have the same type of interface in that respect, so everything's grouped in a certain area, and they both give you like quite a bit of abilities to customize like how the device looks on the lock screen. As we can see, I've got the soda effect on, but you can change that to something else. On the Note, you can change this to a different one as well, to your heart's content. You can also add on shortcuts on the LG. As you can see, you can put these on and then click save. You've got your camera shortcut on the Note 4, but doesn't seem to be quite as many options there. I can just turn them both off and put them on there. So as you can see, well, I was expecting the shortcuts to come up on the LG, but for some reason they've not. Probably that's some sort of software issue that needs to be fixed. But you should come up with shortcuts down here. But you do get your camera button on the Note 4 coming up, as well as these nice unlock patterns on both of them. So very customizable. I think LG also gives you the ability to customize like the screen off effect as well. And I was expecting to see like a double tap kind of functionality come on the Note 4. I think that's a very useful feature on the LG, but you still can't seem to do that. And I have looked into the settings and I can't seem to see it, as well as the gestures. So something that maybe Samsung need to look at, I think. But apart from that, you can have a look at the dialer as well on both of them, just see how they look. And you can see here similar type of theme. The Note 4 is a bit more greenish though. Don't know how well it comes across on camera, but it is definitely green. And you get more of a circular call button, and you also get access to messaging on the G3, which can be quite useful from the dialer, whereas you don't get that on the Note 4. If we do look at the messaging though, you can see similar type of orange theme here. You do get a quick access to compose a new message with that little pen button, which is quite useful, but you don't get that on the G3, unfortunately. But I'm certainly liking the way the notification shade changes colour based upon what you're doing on both of them. So, you know, it's very uniform across each device. In terms of the music player, can have a quick look at that as well. So I think Note 4 is sticking with a blue theme for its music player, whereas you got your purple theme on the LG G3. And we can go into the settings. We can see you get similar type of settings in regards to the audio effects if we go into them. And you do get your cube kind of interface, but you can change to just the normal kind of interface on the Note 4. You do get control of the pitch though on the LG, which you don't actually get on the Note 4, which is quite cool of LG to add that. But both quite comparable in that respect. And in terms of the cameras, we can have a quick look at that as well. So as you can see, you know, a bit of Lollipop influence there, but not really many changes on both of them. I think Samsung obviously kind of cutting out on a lot of the icons that used to spam on the older devices, but LG certainly cut out a lot of icons and gone a step further, I think. So very similar though in terms of how they both look, and you can see that both of them should take pictures about the same time, which is quite cool. And obviously focusing is very fast on the G3 because of that laser autofocus, which is quite nice. And so yeah, you know, definitely liking the software on both of these devices, and I think that that about covers it in terms of the main kind of apps that you use day to day. We can just do a quick performance test on both of them. I am aware that the G3 is obviously a Snapdragon 801 going up against a Snapdragon 805 with 3 gigs of RAM versus 2 gigs of RAM, so it's not going to be obviously quite as quick as the Note 4, but we can see if there's any differences in terms of the GPS as well as the Wi-Fi, because a lot of the time these updates do bugger up these things, and you know, we don't want that when we are updating to the latest software. So we can just start off by turning them both off and seeing which one turns off quicker. So that was roughly the same, I think, not much difference there. So we're up and operational very quickly on the Note. Just check the high accuracy is on, which is quite cool. And we're there with the G3, which likes to move around. So both are on high accuracy. Just wanted to double check that. Just see how the GPS performance is on both of them. So a bit slow off the mark here for both of them. Have the satellites been shot down or something, or 2 in use on the G3. So very slow here. I can see a little bit more life on the G3, but certainly a bit worrying when it comes to the Note 4. I don't think I remember any issues with this app on the Note 4, and seems to be struggling to get a GPS signal. So maybe I'll need to test the maps when I'm out and about, see if this update has anything to do with it. But certainly not much life coming from either of them there. We can see the Wi-Fi strength on both of them as well. Both connected to my PlusNet. Good honest Yorkshire broadband. And you can see here very similar type of ping, exactly 35 on each of them, and the Note 4 seems to be grabbing most of the download speed. And the G3 seems to be grabbing most of the upload speed. So yeah, you know, quite mixed results there, but you know, I'm glad that both of them are working nevertheless. We can see on the Antutu as well, just to see if we can see any improvements of the scores. So we're going to run this through and then resume the video after it's done. So to be expected, the Note 4 is powering its way through this a little bit quicker than the G3, but G3 is doing quite well nevertheless, and we can certainly see the smoothness of the graphics here on this portion of the test, with the Note 4 very nice and smooth indeed, as well as the G3. If I look at the little text, it looks like the average frame rate of the G3 is about 25, whereas it's up to 37 on the Note 4, so a little bit smoother maybe, but quite difficult to perceive really. And we are finished here, so we can see the Note 4 on official Lollipop's getting 49511, so it looks like it's getting a bit more than the Note 4, which was probably on KitKat, which is quite cool. And LG G3 also posting 41562, which seems to be a substantial improvement over the previous version on the previous ROM, and I for one am not surprised about that. The official G3 KitKat ROM was a pain in the backside, to put it blunt, in terms of like app reloading and all that, and we can just open up some apps just to see if G3 can keep up with the Note 4 on its latest firmware. Not going to go too hard on it obviously, but it is interesting for fun to see the performance on both of them. So we can see here straight away the G3 looks like it's you know, very quick compared to how it was. I can certainly perceive the difference anyway. But I think that the Note 4 is still benefiting when it comes to the more optimized processor or faster processor. Very nice there on the G3 though, and we can see LinkedIn about the same, Amazon, Note 4 by quite a bit, Uber, G3. Wow, G3 doing very well here. So that was a bit of the Note 4. And just while we're on the browser screen, you can see there's not really that many changes in regards to the browser on both of these. Not that I really use them much, I use Chrome most of the time. But I think the only real difference is the way that they handle pages. As you can see, it's a little bit different on the G3 compared to the Note. I think the Note's trying to emulate the Chrome look a little bit there, which is quite interesting. But just finish this little test off. I think an area which I'm very interested in is the reloading issue, just to see if it occurs on the G3 still. So very nice and quick there on the G3. So a little bit of reloading on both of them there. So I think the Note 4 seems to be a little bit quicker when it comes to the opening up of apps again. but it's not a huge difference like before, and I'm certainly thinking that this Lollipop ROM is much better on the G3. Reloading there. In fact, I am seeing quite a lot of reloading on the Note 4, and I wouldn't expect that with 3 gigs of RAM. You know, it's a top-end device. You can see there's no reloading there on the G3, so maybe this could be down to like some sort of software issue, like as well as a GPS issue as well. Bit slow there on the G3, but you know, as I said, I'm quite impressed when it comes to the G3. I think that before, when you used to go into the app drawer, it would lag and glitch, but they've certainly worked those issues out, and I think I'm going to wrap things up about now. So hope you enjoyed this little video giving you a software demo and quick performance test of the G3 and the Note 4, both on their official Lollipop. If you did enjoy the video, hit the subscribe button or like it, and I will see you very shortly. Cheers.